All right. So, I need my test back put in that pile over there. And the thing is, in order for you to retake, you must show me that you redid the whole test. Because I posted the answers online, and you can look at it. Yeah. Huh? Probably. Different numbers, not.
That say yourself? Is that what that's saying?
Yeah, you gotta figure out yourself. Because of that one, if I give you an answer, that's kind of give it everything.
So I need to make sure to do all the problems.
Huh? I mean, if you need a retake, you need a retake. I don't know. Oh, the worst? No, I won't. I won't count the worst. I hopefully you do better. Why would you want to retake it going the worst? Like I don't see why people like if I give you a chance to retake, you should do better, not like worse. So that means you have to do a better job on understanding. All right. So imagine that yesterday we study we talked about not yesterday before Tuesday we talked about the ladder sliding down and the relationship with each one and things that nature. Um, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about something that is very important, which is one of the worst part in calculus is related rate. Okay, I would say one of the worst part is related rate. Now, related rate is word problem. The problem is people just don't know how to read and math at the same time, and that's what's gonna be the biggest issue. So, but we're gonna try to make it as easy as I can. But I know like next year, if you're taking BC, this particular test is gonna be twice as hard compared to AB. Yes, Kaiwen, you're gonna take BC. You're gonna get a 5, and you're gonna take BC. And Madeline shaking her head like, why would I torture myself? Um, so what are we talking about today? Related rate. Relate rate. Related rate. Um, so what is related rate? Well, if I have ladder sliding down, top of ladder and the bottom ladder sliding away, that's how fast the bottom ladder is changing and how fast the top of ladder is going down. So, and they're kind of related to each other. How the relationship is, we had to figure out, and we can calculate them. That's the thing. So, let's imagine this. If I were to throw a rock, like a small piece pebbles, into the lake, right? Into the lake. So I just toss it in the middle of the lake, and it's gonna form what? Ripples. And ripples gonna increase throughout the times, right? And I think that's very very cool thing. So you're gonna see the ripple just kind of scattered throughout the lake in the middle of the lake. So it's gonna kind of form like this part, right? And this part. Hope it's well. That's a very ugly one. But anyway, you see what I'm trying to say. Um, so I'm gonna draw one more. Okay, so it's gonna increase the concentric circle. It's gonna go up, right? So obviously something is changing here. What is changing? Radius. What else? Circumference. Good. What else? Diameter, good.
Area.
Huh?
Area.
Area. So they got a lot of element that's changing. The area, the circumference, everything, right? So, but we're gonna give you one situation. It says, Mr. Ye throw a pebble into a lake, and the radius is changing at 2 feet per second. The radius is changing at 2 feet per second. How fast how fast the area is changing at r equal to 5 versus r equal to 8. Okay. So then you start by asking questions. Now, related rate is a little bit different than before. Now let's study something else before we study related rate. Let's just say before we study dy dx, right? Dy dx, what does d stand for? D stand for what? Huh? Delta. Good. Delta. Delta y over delta x. But in terms of delta, what does delta mean? Change, right? So it's the changing of y over changing of x. That's what the slope is, right? Now the problem here right now is we're no longer interested to dy dx. We're interested in something else called the change of something over changing of time. It's d to the something over d to the time. So, for example, if I were to take a derivative of x of y squared, what am I going to get? Implicit derivative, what am I going to get? 2 what? Dy dx, right? So dy dx. Now, as opposed to we taking derivative with respect to x, I can also take derivative with respect to y, right? So I can do something, I can say, hey, let's take a derivative of, I don't know, so derivative of time, and that says maybe y squared here. Then I'm gonna get 2y. Instead of dy dx, I'm gonna have a dy dt. Does that make sense?
Does that actually change the math though?
Yes, because dy dt is gonna be something else, as opposed to dy dx, which is slope of a function. Dy dt is how fast the y is changing with respect of total different dimension, respect to time, rather respect to x. But a lot of time we do like, let's say position function, let's say in physics, we says the height and t, right? We already do in height and t. But here we says, well, what does dy dt is? That means how fast the y is changing versus how fast the time is changing. Are you confused? Okay. Let's just say this. We have a couple things that you are interesting. For example, what is dy dt? Well, plus dv dt. Like for example, if I pump the air into the basketball at 2 cubic feet per minute. So that means I pump in 2 cubic feet. So each cubic feet is about this big. So 2 cubic feet about, I don't know, it's about probably like this big. Okay. Yeah. Well, you probably only pump in like 10 seconds, you'll be done. Right. So, but 2 cubic feet per minute. That means this is dv dt. This is how fast my volume is changing over how much it's changing in time. If I blow up like a air mattress, right? That will be fine. because air mattress is probably gonna take like 4 or 5 minutes to actually pumping up the whole thing.
The math part itself, right? It's just what variable you're using.
Yes, and also the word to respect to what, right? Respect to volume, respect to time, and those are things that you want to do. dVdt. Now, if I say how fast the area is changing, what would it be? Yeah, how fast the area is changing is dAdt. Does that make sense? So how fast area is changing. So let's go back to the question. They say radius is changing at 2 feet per second. Can you write that in terms of calculus? In terms of calculus. Can you write a giving in terms of calculus? So what is 2 feet per second?
Do you do like it's dr over dt?
dr dt, good.
Do you like plug in the
No, just write down dr dt equal to 2 feet per second. And that's it. And you're done. That's the first step. First step is identify. So I always told students to identify the giving. Identify the giving. Sit on this side so you can face to the. Identify the giving. Okay, so second step is identify unknown. What is unknown in this case? Unknown, huh? So what would it be in terms of calculus? dAdt, good. Good job, Elaine. Is equal to question mark. This is unknown.
what's the thing say
Identify unknown. Identify unknown, like what would we not know? What we looking for? Identify giving. The first part is identify giving. Second part is identify unknown. Unknown is dAdt. We don't know how fast the area is changing. Guess what? The bigger the radius, the more area is changing. Does that make sense? Even though the radius is changing only 1 feet per second, but the bigger the radius, the covered area, the ripple becomes bigger and bigger. The outer ripple, is always bigger than inside ripple. Does that make sense? So dAdt. Also understand this r equal to 5, r equal to 8. You're gonna say straight line like this. This says r equal to 5. That way you know to plug in r equal to 5 and r equal to 8 or 8. Right. So now what's the relationship? What's the relationship between the a and r? What do you think the relationship here?
a equals r squared pi?
A equal to pi r squared, good. Now, what do we do? So first step is identify giving. Second step is identify unknown. The third step is realize what's the relationship. The fourth step is going to be what?
You write like an equation,
No,
or you just plug in.
no.
You just take the derivative of the area.
Take a derivative area respect to what? Respect to time. Thank you. That's very awesome. So you are taking derivative not respect to x, not respect to y, not respect to z. You're taking derivative respect to time. So everything is an implicit derivative from now on. Everything. Not just x. You take a derivative, usually you take a derivative of x squared, it's going to be 2x. Now you take a derivative of x squared, it's going to be 2x dx dt. Okay, so if I take a d to a dt of a, what am I going to get?
D over
D what?
D8, no.
Yep, you're right, dA.
DT?
Yep, dA dt. You're good. Okay, so somebody else taking derivative of the other side. How do you take a derivative of pi r squared? In respect to time, though. To what? D what?
dr dt.
There we go, dr dt. You just did the first related equation. All you gotta do is plug in the number. We already know dA dt. We don't know, right? Do we know what is r? Well, we can be 5 first. We're gonna plug in 5. And what is drdt? 2. So therefore is 20 pi. And what will be the unit though? Also recognize a unit. Unit's gonna be your biggest hint. What is the unit in this case?
Feet.
No. Feet what?
Over
Why does dy over dt equal to?
Feet what? Feet what? Feet squared. Thank you. Somebody says square because that's area. Per second, right? Does that make sense? Your unit is change as well. Your units change as well. Very, very, very important. Are we
Why
okay?
does dy over dt equal to?
No, dr dt is equal to 2.
Oh, dr Oh, okay.
And a question, does it say that how fast is the area changing at r equals 5 versus r equals 8?
Yep, so we're gonna do r equal to 8. So dA dt, if we want to say r equal to 8, then I'm gonna do 2 pi 8 times 2. Then that's equal to, I think, 32 pi feet square per second. So now you realize that my radius is bigger. My area is also changing at a bigger speed. I cover more area. I cover more ground. Does that make sense? Now the next question is, hey, I don't know if you ever went to, I don't know if you ever see a spherical broom. I never seen spherical broom, but some people said in Disney there's a spherical broom. But for me, I think all the bloom are kind of teardrop because I don't really see that. It's really hard to engineer a spherical bloom. I think it's very difficult. But they say Disney have it. I don't know. I could be wrong. Bloom, yeah. But I more likely see bubbles. So I'm gonna post this questions here. So very simple questions here.
Are you streaming right now, Mr. Hill?
Why? Luke calling you?
I just,
I think I was streaming. Hold on.
I thought you.
Yeah, I'm streaming. He already texted me. I said, yeah. They say air's been pumping into the spherical balloon at a rate of 4.5 cubic feet per minute. But think about what's 4.5 cubic feet per minute. Don't shout it. Think about among yourself. And also think about find the rate of change of radius when radius is 1 foot. So I'm going to repeat all those 4 steps. First, identify the given. Identify the unknown. Establish a relationship. Take a derivative with respect to time. Mm-hmm.
When it says the rate of change, but, wait, hold on. In change is in relation to what? Like, what is it? What are we comparing the change to? Like the original one?
No, we just find the rate of change of radius. So first, you should ask yourself, what is the 4.5 cubic feet per minute in terms of calculus? What kind of notation that's supposed to equal to? Second, find the rate of change of radius when radius is 1 foot. What is that relationship of? What is that in terms of calculus? That's unknown. Third, what's the relationship between those 2 units? 4, take a derivative. 5, plug in whatever you know. What time we get up here?
Okay. Yeah, it's 20 minutes.
for you guys, like some. The smallest that's what they're getting. So DR.
Bless you.
It's a different area.
This is not area, it's changed.
It's very cool.
And we want to know the area. So DA.
So can you tell me what is the giving?
DRDT equals 4.5.
Is it DRDT? dV of dt.
Oh, DT. It's B.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm gonna pay you for it.
It still works.
I know you'd get mad if I came in with Starbucks and then you didn't.
I don't know. I'll pay you. Wait, what is that? That looks different. Oh, I only drink ice a lot.
Let's say, can you pull up the problem?
Okay, so problem is
Let's say you have split screen, you can split it.
you have Zell.
But then, since it's not area, you gotta speak for me. That's the way.
Okay, so what happened here? What is dV dt? What? 4.5, good. So this is a 4.5. Why is my thing not working? Okay. Okay, dV dt equal to 4.5 cubic feet per what? Per minute? And what is the unknown? dRdt is what? Unknown, okay. What's the relationship? Okay, what do I do next? Implicit derivative respect to time though. dV dt is equal to 4 pi r squared dr dt. Is Ari gonna tutor with you today? Callie, is Ari gonna tutor with you or no?
Still? Yeah, well, no, I don't know. They didn't mess with me, so.
Oh, okay.
Next week, so.
4 pi r squared is what? dV dt, we say r is equal to 1. And the dr dt is, do we know? Unknown. And what is dV dt? It's a 4.5. So this is a 4.5 here. which is 9/2, right? Equal to 4 pi dr dt. So I'll be 9/8 pi equal to dr dt. And that's gonna be feet per second. And make sure you know the units.
Today's number like all words.
Yep. It's Kelly's favorite part.
What's the balance you're saying?
dr dt is equal to 9/8 pi feet per second. The math is not hard. The math is not hard. The analyzing of each word means something.
It's a comprehension.
Comprehension, reading comprehension.
Concept.
All right, so everybody understand that part, right? Sorry. Let me know if you which part you don't understand.
For the final answer, it wouldn't be any square or cube. It's just a normal answer. Does that make sense?
It's dr dt. It's how fast the radius is changing. So radius can be only be feet, not feet cubed.
Got it. Thank you.
Does that make sense? All right, Maddie, you done?
How do you get to the last part?
Oh, I just changed the 4.5 to 9/2 just because for me, huh? I just divide both sides by 4 pi.
So yeah. Can we keep it as like 4.5 and you want us to change it to a decimal?
If you want, it doesn't matter. It'll be 4.5 over 4 pi, but I don't like decimal over fractions. That's just not my style. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You just give the same example in the second period. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Why?
Either was like.
All right, so we're gonna talk about this question, the ladder problem. The moving ladder, it has 3-part questions. Each one is gonna be increased level of difficulty. So, but we can probably only get through the first one. So that's fine. A ladder is 25 feet long. It's leaning against the wall of a house. See figure. The base of ladder is pulled away from the wall at a rate of 2 feet per second. So I draw this ladder and I draw this top of ladder is going down. Is that okay? And this is going right. Now with this particular question, that you have to worry about how fast the ladder is changing. But before that, I will assign a variable because for me, like it's really hard to figure things out. And I think this is the hardest part of related rate is assign some type of variable. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna assign a variable. As opposed to before, I'm gonna assign a variable. And I'm gonna assign it to here and here. So I think I'm gonna assign the X and Y. Is that okay with you guys? X and Y. How to spell assign?
You have to add a G before the N.
G before the N. I doubt NG.
You don't have G?
Assign. Assign. That's why I got 4 percentile, okay? Cool.
Yeah.
When I take my PCAT, pharmacy exam, not like NCAT, but PCAT, I have 95% in math. I have 89% in chemistry, 76% in biology, and then 44% in reading.
Is that multiple choice?
Multiple choice.
Yeah, multiple choice. How do you get 4%?
I don't know.
You know statistics. You just
That's
put-
not even statistically right to get 4%. Like, it's-
You went to high school here, and you went to all the years of college in English. So 8 years of school in English. And you're 4%? What do you
If
mean?
you were good enough at math, you would just know just like put all the same answer choices. Like, yeah, at least like 25.
I know that. Thanks for telling me that. Yes, true.
Why is there 7?
Assign variables. No, I think they go percentile. Is they compare to the people who take the test. So it's a 4 percentile. It's not. It doesn't mean 4% correct. So I probably did get 20%, but it's the 4 percentile of the whole population.
He's only graded like 4% of the entire.
Hey, I got one school interview and I bombed the interview. Like bombed, like literally just like. They asked me like some stupid. They asked me like back then a long time ago. They asked a question like right now you can read a YouTube and they can teach you how to do well on the interview, right? Well, back then you had to read a book, and you know I don't read. So I can't really know. So since I don't read, so they asked me. They say, okay, so what do you think is your biggest weakness? I was like, I'm lazy. I was like, don't be like stupidest answer, and I give it the stupid dumbest answer I can possibly think of. I know, right? But I'm glad I'm not a pharmacist because I can't even count. You know how I can't even alphabetical order. You know, and so I'm literally bound to kill somebody. A pharmacist. All right, so I have this question. This ladder is sliding this way, right? So this ladder is sliding this way. So if we assign this x, this is y. What is 2 feet per second? Dx what? Dx over dt. So dx dt is the known, so it's 2 feet per second. Is that okay? Okay, so what is unknown? So what would be? Changing of what? No, this part is y. So it'd be dy over dt. Does that make sense? This is the unknown. Now let's assign variable. We did assign a variable. We did have a. Do we have a relationship though?
It probably has to do with the angles of the triangle.
No. Has something to do with x and y.
Is it the same, but like opposite direction? They're the same.
What'd you say?
It's the same rate.
No, Malin, say it. But thank you. Why are you holding back? What? Oh, you don't need to worry about being rude in my class. Kids being rude to me all the time. Make fun of my 4 percentile. And you blame become my fault now. Okay. So in math, make sure you put 25 on the other side. You don't put z on the other side because 25 does not change. The ladder does not all magically become longer. It stays the same length. And that's really helpful because when something doesn't change in a related rate question, that is the most helpful thing that you can find. That 25 is not changing. Yes, Madeline? You got it? Okay. So why did I put 25 instead of put z? Because I rather than 25 because if I take a derivative of 25, what will happen? It's 0. So it doesn't matter what that number is because the ladder doesn't change the length. If I put a z there, right? Then it's 2z dz dt. Now dz dt is not changing. So therefore dz dt is still equal to 0 because the ladder never changed. So now I'm going to take a derivative with respect to time. So I'm going to get 2x what? 2x what? There we go. plus 2y dy dt, and that's equal to 0. Now, what equal to 0, that's the best thing can happen to you because you just got rid of one variable, and then since it's constants gonna be it's gonna be the best thing that happened in terms of related rate. So, and we already know the bottom is 7, so, and we already know dx dt is 2, plus 2y dy dt. Now, we don't have a y though. Can you find out what y is? Well, can I look at the original questions?
It would be -7.
It's not -7 because I can have 7 squared plus y squared equal to 25 squared, right? So y squared equal to 625 minus 49, which is, I have no idea, 576? And then y equal to 24. So that's equal to 24. So it'll be 2 times 7, 2 plus 2 times 24 dy dt. Now I'm going to move the number to the other side. So it'll be 2 times 24 is 48. Is equal to 28. Negative, because if I go to the other side, subtraction. And I've divided over dy dt is equal to negative 28 over 48. And that's equal to negative 7 over 12 feet per second. Which is nice because the thing is going down, right? And they say it's negative. So it's down, it's negative. Sometimes they say how fast the ladder is moving down, then it's a positive. But they say how fast the ladder is moving, you're going to say negative 7 over 12. Okay?
You zoom back into the final purple part.
7 squared is 49.
This is it.
Yep.
Only for at 7 feet.
Yeah, that's only at 7 feet, but it changed at 15 feet and 24 feet.
Gravity is not.
Gravity has nothing to do with it because you're pulling away at a certain speed. You're not, it has nothing, it just get caught up by the wall.
This is not that bad.
Jack, can you help me answer the phone?
For the second one, what is the time like right before 48? Is that 2?
What?
For the purple problem, the one second to the top, what's right next to 48 to the left?
dy dt equal 48 dy dt equal to negative 28.
Yeah, like there's the circle. Did I come in? What is that?
So let's I just cross it out.
Oh,
Jack, I cannot hear you.
Oh,
Oh. Catherine, there's only one Catherine here. Yeah, the class almost end. Let's go. When you go home, read a problem, and you tell me tomorrow. No, just that first multiple choice one.
multiple choice? Yo.
Multiple choice doesn't matter. It
Oh.
doesn't matter.
25%.
It's better than my 4% now.
And then how did you get to 48?
It's 2 times 7. 2 times 24.
2 times 24? Where did you get the 24?
24.
Oh, that's a 24. I thought that was a 2. That's a 24? That, okay, thank you.
There's no way he's coming for Oh, he's like.
So for the tutor, you have to do the sheet that you posted on WhatsApp, and it's tomorrow after school. Okay, thank you very much.
Wait, you say something?
Not you.
I heard something.
No, you did nothing.
I heard something.
First one.
Kevin, why are you here? No, Chase clutch through. It's 24. It's 2 times 24. I'm so sorry. 24. My handwriting's awful. I'm sorry. Oh.
Oh, you move it to one side. Okay. Okay. I see it.
Bro, why? Oh my god, bro.
I hate that class, but it's so fun.
You hate it? What are you doing with it?
Literally nothing. I mean, sometimes we do play going on for a minute, but
That's horrible.
it's usually just like we sit there,
It's seven.
but it's funny. It's very sick.
I'll play that.
Okay, this makes more sense now that I see it's 24 and not 2x. I was like, where's the 2x from?
So you guys, I'll see you.
Guess what?
What? Huh?
I'm going to Europe.
Move?
No.
When?
Bro, what are you talking about?
2 weeks ago. No, wait.
You're going.
In like a week and a half or like 2 weeks.
You gotta go.
Or like, I'm gonna be there.
Tell me that's the easy problem, bro.
You're gonna be so behind when you come back.
Because he wrote all this out.
Why are you going to Europe?
It's
Yeah, but why is it? when
Your
they-
parents are rich.
No. Okay.
My birthday.
No, it's because my parents are going there because my dad is competing
pretty
there.
sure these are both
For
paid
like
at the same time.
competition, obviously.
Really? What is he competing?
I like it in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I got you.
And so my mom was going,
Greatest.
and then my mom was like, "Oh,
Like,
I'm going on your birthday."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Dang, do you hate me, mom?"
And that's why.
And she was like, "You can come with." I was like,
No, that
"Okay."
helps. So, like, okay,
And
then
then the thing about it is like, for the
That's why
first,
I'm going to
it's
Europe.
divided.
So your
Yeah, yeah.
dad's a martial artist?
and everything else.
Yeah, something like that.
What does he do? Like karate or what?
No, like grappling.
Oh, okay. Do you learn self defense?
Yeah.
Why not? That's so cool. Like girl knows self defense.
Girl knowing so I know. Whoa, so crazy.
No, that just it's so cool to have like if I would have a girl, I would definitely like put her into jiu-jitsu because I want her to kick the guy's ass. And huh?
They should have been punching.
Really?
She's
She's what?
a second degree black belt.
Really?
Yeah, she did it with me.
That's awesome.
Is she better than you?
So, come on.
She is.
There's no way.
So you know how to all the grappling technique?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot. You know what I mean? Like, there's always more to
So does anybody like any guy any person ever come up mess with you and just
No, not really.
you should like I don't know.
It's crazy. Like, you just make your own, like, you know what I mean? There's just different techniques that you do. So there's always like more. There's not like a definite, oh, you know this technique, so you're like this. You know what I mean? Like,
What are you doing?
It's still the same basic way. So there's always more.
no, like, your belt is in this.
You're like trying to balance between calc and SAT.
How good you are. Yeah. I think away with it. Yeah.
It's like,
Is there anything else?
it's just how you do with others, you know what I mean? Like,
That would
how you
tend to be an
fight
inspiration.
others, I don't know. No, like, how you.
So with
fight
this, should I make it into
the way
product
you
rule?
approach and like how that compares to other
No,
people.
I would do chain rule.
Chain rule? Okay.
I would move to the top and do chain
There's
rule.
like
Because
so many,
when
like,
house
you
is on
have
top,
to-
That's, yeah.
Chain. Variable.
That's skill though. I'm pretty good at that. They both, these went so well. This all repeated.
I don't know if there's anything we like to
Yeah,
say.
last thing we met, I was like,
I-
bro,
But, like,
everything else is
I
bad.
just-
It-
Replicate this on the one.
You guys are raised the high way you're gonna rate.
Yeah, okay, I understood it.
Okay.
I just didn't feel like how many, because I didn't know. Well,
Oh, thank you. Appreciate you. Hold on. Let me post a homework maybe.
To, hey, Mr. A, did you like the way I posted the test answers as a PDF? I thought that was pretty cool. They said it's better than it is.
Later rate. Huh? It's late for like math competition. So we're talking about grant. I don't know. You're talking about the later.
I don't think it's sooner, right?
Yeah, for the essay, right?
Okay, this is your homework.
For us?
Yeah. I'm gonna airdrop to you. Can you post online?
Nick, can you do it?
And my phone's dead.
Okay, wrong one.
Who's March? Duck.
You can send it to me. Hold on, I'm gonna
Mr.
send
A.
it.
There's no way we're gonna multiple choice on.
We got Lennon in our last
You
class.
can send that
Oh,
to me.
wait.
In our last class, I did like 5 related
I
rate
didn't even
classes.
register for
And
it.
one of them had the for E.
From
When
Donald.
you take the derivative of E, it's like you leave it, and then you do ln, and then like just the constant, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Derivative of E to like the.
Maddie,
what
can
is
you
the
help me
constant?
post online?
Constant?
Maddie, can you help me post online?
It's like this. I was doing like a bunch of practice problems in my last class,
Mhm.
or related because I actually bad about the derivative test. So I want to like get perfect at this, so I can like get a better score.
Don't stay too much ahead. Finish this worksheet.
No, it's in my head. I was doing like this one before.
Yeah, but you don't know how to do that yet. Stop doing something that you don't know how to do.
It's not for doing like E4
Nathan,
minus
stop it.
L and E, which cancels to 1, right?
Nathan, stop it.
Is that not it?
No, go away.
What do you mean that's not it?
Oh, no?
You figure out a problem here, then you can do whatever problem you can.
Wait, can you split it e to the 4 minus and then e to the negative 4y?
Nathan,
Rod,
please,
help.
you're confusing yourself.
Okay, Rod, you help me then.
Okay, I just posted it.
Isn't E a constant?
What'd you get? Yeah, see.
Is that N? Is that you?
So,
E to the 4
my twin
minus
is
4y.
Mr. A, right, Mr. A?
Huh?
My twin?
Oh my, like you can't.
Me
We're like
and you?
twin sisters.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
she's bestie.
you gotta do e to the 4 and then
I'm
e to the negative 4y. You know, do that.
Come on here.
This is wrong. This is -7 over 2.
Okay, that's what I had, and I was putting.
Yeah. It's I write down mistake.
E to the 4
I know.
1 minus y.
Oh, my phone.
Then I can do e to the
What?
4
My phone.
plus no,
Look at
times
this cookie,
y,
though.
right? E to the 1 minus y. That
Still
one.
wouldn't be equal to-
Oh my god, this is a unicorn.
Yes, it does. You would be subtracting how it's completely multiplied.
Oh. Did I talk a bit about that before?
Am I allowed
Not, it's gonna be a constant.
to grab my
Me.
What?
That's like e to the 1.
No, you need to start fresh.
Ow. But then I
Maddie posted answer.